As a commercial building owner, you and your tenants are facing unprecedented times. The COVID-19 pandemic has sparked municipal and public health orders that have closed business activity and severely impacted the flow of people, goods, and services. But luckily, on Friday, April 24th, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau revealed preliminary details of the Canada Emergency Commercial Rent Assistance Program, CECRA. Like many of his COVID-19 relief program announcements, details of the CECRA were scant on Friday and left many entrepreneurs ineligible, confused, or both. Because the CECRA is expected to launch in the middle of May and apply retroactively, it's left many to worry about what happens when they can't pay their rent next week on May 1st. So here's an example of how the program is going to work. So the Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses, CFIB, says the average small to medium-sized business in Canada pays $10,000 a month in rent. So let's say that tenant's rent is $10,000. The landlord and tenant would enter into a forgiveness agreement and reduce that rent by 75%. The tenant's rent is now $2,500. For those tenants that are still struggling to make these payments, Prime Minister Trudeau suggested the tenants can make use of the $40,000 Canada Emergency Business Account, CEBA, a business loan program. The federal government and provinces will then cover 50% of the pre-forgiveness rent, $5,000, by way of a forgivable loan, and disperse these funds directly to the mortgage lender. The property owner would be responsible for eating 25% of the rent, $2,500. So who's eligible for this program? Businesses who have had to close due to the pandemic, or those who have suffered 70% loss in revenue. So it's going to be interesting to see how landlords are going to respond to this program. I'm very curious that the program will cover landlords whose properties are free and clear, i.e. they're unencumbered by a mortgage, given that most of the landlords of small businesses in Canada are also small mom and pop investors themselves, who many are mortgage free. Also, what's going to happen if the landlord does not agree to eat 25% of the base rent? So this is a great opportunity where landlords, especially in the retail space, are going to be able to cherry pick and rearrange tenants in their buildings who may have been undesirable or who they've had not so great relationships with. So currently there's no ban on commercial evictions, unlike residential, so really anything could happen, and it's creating a lot of stress and uncertainty. But despite the lack of detail that was announced in the program, some commercial landlords have welcomed the program. For example, Michael Cooper, CEO of Dream Office REIT, said his REIT is willing to shoulder the 25% cut in rent from struggling tenants. Dream Office REIT, it owns about 32 office properties across the country and also has ground floor retail and restaurants that are also suffering. Other major landlords such as RioCan REIT, Smart Centre REITs, Ivanhoe Cambridge have all offered rent deferrals to their smaller retail tenants. But getting these smaller landlords to take part in this program will be very difficult, and proving eligibility, I think, is too much onus on the landlord. There's thousands of small businesses that rent for people who aren't even living in Canada, i.e. offshore property owners. So how are these tenants going to arrange for their break? This is particularly an acute problem in the major urban centers, Toronto, Vancouver, where commercial real estate has become a global commodity. In addition, these urban centers often see extremely high rents, $50,000 maximum cap on the rental program. Really doesn't do much for many of the retailers in Metro Vancouver and Toronto. So for the latest information on Victoria's real estate market, get in touch with myself, Dustin Miller, Managing Broker here at 8X Real Estate. I'd be glad to be your partner in maintaining and creating wealth out of your real estate portfolio. For the most comprehensive and up-to-date sold registry in Victoria, check out my website, victoriamarket.ca. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.